Hello and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB, and wherever there is suffering, wherever there is pain, there shall be hope. They'll send you an angel. It's Archangel AVACYN. No, it's not Archangel AVACYN. That's the Shadows over Innistrad version that I really love. One of my favorite cards. It's AVACYN, Angel of Hope, which is a 8-mana legendary creature angel, 8/8, flying, vigilance, and indestructible that gives other permanents you control indestructible. Now, this card comes to us via the Historic, I believe, anthology. It's either the Historic or Explorer anthology that was released at the beginning of the month. And I'm excited to try out some of these cards in Historic Brawl because it honestly feels like these cards are being added to the format for Historic Brawl because I don't see a lot of point for them to get played in the typical Explorer or Historic formats. Maybe some kind of reanimating strategy, but that's it. Kind of a lot to get all these mythics, right? But I do want to try them in Historic Brawl. So I'm challenging myself to build decks around, I think there were 5 legendary creatures that got introduced. And the first one, going alphabetically, is AVACYN, the Archangel of Hope. And the interesting thing about AVACYN is that most people lean very heavily into the indestructible atmosphere. There are some things you can do with AVACYN that you can't do with other commanders. You can, if you find a way to blow up all lands, like with the Saga Fall of Thran, your lands don't get blown up because all your permanents have indestructible. If you blow up the board with a Wrath of God type board wipe, well, then you know what? Your stuff doesn't get blown up. All your stuff has indestructible, planar cleansing, etc., etc. Here's the thing with those strategies. They're very narrow, and blue players absolutely feast on you. And I honestly think that blue is more popular in Historic Brawl as in terms of like a strategy than it is in any other best of one format on Arena, where aggressive strategies are usually popular. But in Historic Brawl, you play against a ton of blue decks, and they just laugh at your Wrath of Gods and stuff that's sitting in your hand while they draw a million cards, and they just counter your commander, and that's it. So I set out to build a white Archangel AVACYN deck that would get into the late game. And it's a little counterintuitive, but it actually makes sense. I built a mono white blink deck. And the reason that I like leaning into the blink strategy for mono white, if we're going to build an Archangel AVACYN deck, is because blink is actually really good at producing a ton of value and clogging up the ground, slowing the game down. Where blink often struggles is how does it actually end the game? You might blink a you might have a Soul Warden on the field and blink a Thraben Inspector and draw a few extra cards, and you blink a Spirited Companion and you draw some extra cards. But how do you actually kill them? You need a way to finish the job, and AVACYN just breaks that parity because there are a number of decks that can't deal with it. Yeah, Soul Shatter is pretty good, and Exile effects are very good, like Swords to Plowshares, but the opponent only has so many of those, if they have them at all. Say against a mono green deck, little foreshadowing here, there might be a really cool game against a mono green deck. AVACYN comes down, your stuff is not leaving, and she is a powerful clock and finisher on her own, and she protects all of your little blink engines. So my deck is built as mono white blink. We have a lot of ways to blink our cards without having Yorion. Wish I could play Yorion, but without having Yorion in the command zone, we don't have reliable blink all the time, so we have to play a very high amount of blink effects in the deck, and then we get value from a number of cards that we're going to blink that just produce all kinds of cards and bodies all over the battlefield, bring stuff back from the graveyard, fetch more enchantments to do more blinking, etc., etc. I'll highlight a few cards you don't see every day. Moonblessed Cleric, getting enchantments is really important because probably the best reusable thing we have to blink is Teleportation Circle. So we're going to use Moonblessed Cleric. We're also, when we get to it, going to use Idyllic Tutor, cards to fetch up the Teleportation Circle. Hopefully that can be an engine for us moving through the game. Then I'm going to highlight this card because it is an alchemy card, and this, don't get too triggered, guys. A couple alchemy cards in Historic Brawl isn't the end of the world. This one is really sweet because it's basically a Brutal Cathar type effect, but then when you specialize it, the creature that you exiled perpetually becomes a 1/1, so with no abilities. That's kind of cool, because then if they eventually kill this monk, they get back a 1/1 with no abilities instead of the creature that you exiled. So I thought that that's a perfectly kind of fair, closer to a normal Magic card type effect. Totally cool. Totally cool. Don't be surprised if when I play Historic Brawl, you see an Alchemy card sprinkled here and there. Some are good. Some might even be a little sweet. I think this card is honestly pretty sweet, and it could totally be a Magic card outside of Alchemy, Herald of Vengeance. So if you haven't seen this one, it might be a really good craft if you're going to play a Blink style deck. Really sweet in this deck. Anyway, here's Ramp. We don't have much of it. I could load this deck up with Mana Rocks, but I found that really cut into the amount of Blink and blinkable cards we could run, and we needed a critical mass of both. So I cut it back to just the Ramp I like the most. Ramp that generates value, of course, like Treasure Map, Solemn, very, very nice, and the Immortal Sun, because we're not a Planeswalker deck, so we can get away with it. Then removal, lots of removal, lots of tries to keep the opponent in check while gumming up the board so that we can eventually get to an Archangel of AVACYN, AVACYN of Hope. I keep saying that. I've said Archangel AVACYN a million times in my life, and I've only just gotten to play with Angel of Hope. It's going to keep happening. Curse of Silence, Esper Sentinel, Idyllic Tutor, Search for Glory. I put these in a ton of white decks, just about all the mono white decks that aren't creature decks. And then Wrath. We do have some Wraths. I just didn't want to overdo it. I really didn't want to overdo it. My first version of this deck was like 15 Wraths. It couldn't beat anything. It just, the opponent played a blue spell and you're like, okay, I guess I lose. No fun. But this deck is very fun. You get to play the blinky stuff. You get to accumulate a lot of value. Then your board becomes indestructible and overpowering. And it's fun to watch the opponent squirm and try to figure out how can they beat AVACYN, Angel of Hope. Today's video is dedicated to Cohen Mirbeek. Thank you very much for raising your support on Patreon. We do have shout outs at certain levels. Do check out Patreon, link in the description, best way to support the show. And Cohen, you are very cool. Let's dive in. Let the nonsense begin.
Hello everyone, it's Ginny G again, here to cozy up with you all and read some more comments. All glory to Degen taxes and the prismatic scaffolding. What is it with you people and insisting I'm a DJ who wants to scaffold the prismatic bridge? Try it again and I will complete you from the inside out. Can we just call it Ginions instead of Jin's Minions? I'll call you whatever you want me to call you, but it's kind of a good idea. I think you should splash some green and white for Prismae Talk Brioche and a Gin and Boombast deck. This is very funny and original. Laugh, please. Ha. Ha 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 ha. Screenshots, comments to use in a promotion. You think this is a promotional video? I literally talk about completing CGB, and I roast his followers on his own channel. So what exactly is being promoted here, other than your own imminent completion? 169, 420 pop, subscribe. Is Jenny real? Can he hurt me? Oh, baby, I already have. That gin and tonic is one wacky noodle. Hey, don't you talk about my wacky noodle. You still smell like cheese. Well then why don't you come over here and eat me up? And on that note, I'm gonna need to leave you all for some private time, so subscribe. 169 420. Gingy out.
AVACYN versus Veto. Life versus death. Black versus white. Vampires versus angels. So many mythic, epic things to say. Opponent leading on a hostile. Gonna hold this giant killer. Looking for value here. Null Priest of Oblivion. 2/1 Menace Lifelink. Okay. Let's mana. Besides, we might even end up blowing up the board. Wrath of God could be a thing. Yeah, that hurts. That's a lot of pain. Boom shakalaka. Let's start again. I don't like being this far behind. They sign in blood. Okay. Blood burglar. I'm sensing a theme. As long as it's your turn, this has lifelink. Well, here's an offer. Trade with my Solemn. I'll get so much value. It'll make me very excited. Really want to blink that Solemn a few times, though. It's a long way to 8 mana. Vermin Gorger. Attack another creature, lose 2, gain 2. Feed the Swarm on Solemn. Okay. I mean, our opponent is proving that they live to keep up the pressure. So we don't have a card in the graveyard for the Restoration to get back. We have a few in the hand that we could sneak into play, like the Bankbuster. But I'm gonna put out the Dog. Puppers can block, then we bring it back. Puppers can block again. So aggressive. So hateful. These vampires, they're out for blood. Bantu's Monument. Hold on. Whenever you cast a creature spell, each opponent loses 1, you gain 1. It's a little drainer. I wonder if that's what I'm supposed to Skyclave. Anyway, what's the discard? Bankbuster is a card I might not have time for. It's a good card, but might not work out. Honestly, this Giant Killer ain't doing anything, but it is cheap. It's a tough call. The Mind Stone helps us get to AVACYN. We want to keep the mana going. The Flicker is that instant speed action along with Semester's End. Semester's End might just be too clunky here. I think we let it go. All right, we hit land. So we can hit this Mind Stone, 6 mana. So we can do this. Take out the Bantu's Monument. And I will play this Giant Killer, hold up Flicker of Fate, I guess. We're still at 17. Dread Horde Invasion, sure. Every turn they lose a life and they make a 1/1 zombie army, but then it gets bigger each turn as they lose more life. Sacrifice another creature, lose 2, gain 2. Kind of a scary card. No attacks. They're afraid of the apparition? Something's fishy. What are you up to, opponent? They could have a Soul Shatter here. That would be really bad if I played AVACYN and I got Soul Shattered. So I think we want to just slow our roll as well. Drop this Bankbuster and say go. I think we just want to chill, because now we got the Architect. It's going to be hard for them to get through. Drag to the Underworld. All right, Flicker. I think we get rid of this now, just because of the amount of damage it can do with the Dreadhorde Invasion, sacrificing it every turn to drain. And they give up their Blood Burglar, too. Now Angel of Sanctions has some tokens to exile, so flickering it's good for us. Here's Veto. Moon Blessed Cleric. Go ahead and tap their 3/3. And a land. I think it's probably time to try for AVACYN. AVACYN sticks, it's very powerful. We can attack first and see what they do. Yeah, they're gonna block. All right, we're still at 15. Let's bring her out. This board is protected. No! I hate being right all the time. Fortunately, I think she comes right back. And you thought a deck with no ramp would never cast a card like AVACYN. How do you feel now? You feel silly, don't you? Day of Judgment. That could be one-sided. It could be very epic. Let's go. Don't plan to attack or block with those cards. Let's send these. Save some blockers. You never know. Alright. Can you deal with AVACYN twice? Gray Merchant with Veto. Is that, how much is that? That's a lot, but not dead. It's a very good combo. You know what else is a good combo? Wrath effects and indestructible creatures. Get out of here. Alright, how do we gain some life? Let's put an enchantment on top. Curse of Silence can just lock Veto out forever, I think. Why not? Draw it. Cast it. Veto. Lock out. Hit him hard. 8 life left. What do you think, opponent? Is that enough pain? The angels have prevailed! Time Twister is what a username. Now there's a classic card. Up against Jetmir. Having a little life gain could really help. And I imagine this Soul Warden is going to gain a lot of life. That Galley Creators might also gain a lot of life. That's a really good 2-drop for that deck. Drop the map. Map might not get online anytime soon with all these blinkables we have to play. Nothing. That's weird and sus. Get into the air. Gain a little life. Draw a little card. Anointed Procession. Well, I've got a Cathar Commando for that. It's gonna break their heart too. It's time to test their mettle. Are they a quitter? I'm trying to decide, would I trade this Warden? I don't think I would. So don't give them the option. I guess we can say go and wait till they generate a token, right? We could just do it at instant speed somehow, though, in response. Nah, they don't have the mana for that. That's not gonna happen to me. Arlen. Yeah, you're out of there, Anointed Procession.
I fight for everyone who fears the encroaching.
Ooh, plus. Didn't expect that.
Follow the enemy's scent. They're close.
Didn't expect that. Need to find an Arlen solution. Cloud Shift's a really good card, though. I think I'll take it. It's affordable. Yeah.
Be careful. I bite back.
Tempting to like dig up an Elspeth Conquers Death. Let's do it. E, C, D. Right now we don't have the mana to play it, but flipping Treasure Map will fix that. Anointer Priest. Okay. Opponent is in on this make a lot of tokens plan, as they should be. It's Jetmir. This on 3 means now it dies if they make wolves, but they're going to do it anyway. That is good for us. Gallagreater's going off a little bit. Soul Warden doing its thing. You don't want to trade that. You know you don't. We know what's on top. It's fine. I guess I should have activated this last turn before I searched with the cleric. No, then I'd shuffle anyway. Silly thought. Forgive me, I have silly thoughts sometimes. Yeah, land is good. So, the opponent knows about the ECD, so they got rid of the Arlen, but now it's just chilling, waiting for Jetmir to come out and play. In the meantime, we'll drop the Priest. Keep the cards coming, hit the land drop, have the Cloud Shift, continue the aerial assault. Cloud Shift on the Moon Blessed Cleric gets us an enchantment of choice. Teleportation Circle comes to mind. Adeline. And why'd they sack the treasure? They're gonna play Jetmir too. They're going for it. No, they're playing Captain Lanostorm. Okay. Maybe I have to trade away some of these creatures here. Hiya! Interesting that the Anointer Priest attacked. What does that mean? That their last card is some kind of a combat trick? I have a few tricks of my own. Let's Cloud Shift the Overseer and get it into the blocking game. Do I want to trade even here? Maybe I just want to take a few good blocks and then drop AVACYN. We draw one more land. We can drop AVACYN and be able to have Touch the Spirit Realm available, which is kind of epic. So this is the freebie. The others are sus. But it's not that much damage when you're at 40. All right, my turn. Land. Beautiful. Let's go. My board is unassailable. Indestructible. What's it gonna do about it? What's Jetmir gonna do about it? Remember, the blink from touch the sky brings it back at the beginning of the next end step, which could be huge. Turn off Jetmir until the end step. Could really wreck their plan. All right, no attacks. The opponent sees our power. So, leave up Touch the Spirit Realm as the instant speed thing. Maybe we need to play Elspeth? Splicer, Gate. Got 7 mana. Probably this and this. You can definitely get in with a vigilant flying attacker and just start chonking them to death. The ECD. Not that afraid of the Adeline. Let's take out the Protector here. It's an Anthem effect. It makes more creatures. Play this land. Pass this turn. Johnny. They don't have the life for this, do they? You gain life equal to the number of creatures you control plus number of planeswalkers, then 0 if you have 15 more life than starting life total. We can survive a Johnny. Don't think they're gonna gain enough life here to blow me up. And then next turn AVACYN can attack it. So they're going for a Pride Mate.
A pure soul can inspire others.
Yeah, bring them out. Summon all the tokens, all the cats, all the dogs, all the wolves. Bring out the whole Jetmir Zoo. There is a Cathar Commando in the graveyard to get back, so that's nice. Ooh, Semester's End. Ooh, baby. Hit him. The sound has died. We knew it was only a matter of time. Let's splice some blade. Drop a tome. Keep the cards coming. Hey, we got 2 damage off of their Black Market Tycoon. How much more do you think they can take? Gotta be getting ugly. Alright, let's put a stop on second main. They've got Jetmir. They might attack here, though. Now is the time. They got all that double strike. They're feeling so good about it. Here they come. Here they come. Oh, but what if? Just hypothetical, Jetmir disappeared. And you're running all that into an indestructible force. Your strategist was very bad. Your strategist led all you troops to the slaughter. Luna. Oh god. This is a horrible matchup. If they're running the Omniscience build, I mean, I guess the Mutate build isn't great for me either. But they're running the Omniscience build. They can basically ramp to 1,000,000, have some counter magic in hand, and pop all the way off. So, it's probably bad. Probably really bad. Let's Thraben inspect. You've got 25 turns. Good luck. My god, we're going to be blinking this little inspector all over the verse. Nice to have this attacking Charming Prince now, though. Now the clock is significantly quicker. They make some 1/1s. Gross. Didn't expect them to just ball out and make some 1/1s. What you got? Nothing. That's what I thought. Grow from the ashes. It's on. They don't need much more mana to set up their Luna combo. We need them to attack with these saplings or something. We need them to get a little greedy. Nice. Okay. I can kill them both, right? In theory. Let's make sure this one resolves first. Getting them off the board is important to making it harder for Luna to do Luna's thing. These are not good cards against a Luna. We have to get rid of the tokens, but wrathing the board, like sorcery speed removal for them, will not help. Alright, rebound. Again. Maybe it should have been the Prince to get the Scry, because the missing land here is going to be really bad. Ooh, that's so bad. Alright. Yeah, maybe I was supposed to scry harder. I can't turn down all these clues. Come on now, get real. Oof. Oh, this is going so bad. It's an atrocious matchup. I can't stress that enough. And that's when you do draw lands. Hey, the Fateful Absence is nice though. That, at least if they don't have a counterspell backup when they go for token mutate, at least Fateful Absence can help. All right, maybe they have some land problems too. They didn't play one last turn. Double bottom. Try 'em. No mana problems here anymore. Flicker of Fate. Doesn't quite seem there. Nothing here really interacts with their board at all. These are both creatures. Could play this and exile the Thraben Inspector and try to hit the opponent a little bit harder. I really don't need another clue though. Let's just not exile anything. Just try to use it as a vehicle. If they have the right combination of cards, they can win the game right here. This can also help against mutate, so at least we have some options if we make it out of this turn alive. Foretell. Yeah? Beacon Bolt. Alright, we're killing princes now. Man, I need this land. Will I hit it? I think maybe I'm just supposed to play map, but then I'm not clocking them. Draw has not gone well. I mean, I do have removal spells now. Maybe grinding, maybe trying to at least grind for a little while isn't the worst idea. So yeah, we'll try to play this map. And we have to leave mana up. We can always draw with the clue and scry with the map, but we have to leave mana up to try to keep them from winning the game. If they beacon bolt the Inspector, that's fine. Ugh. Hate it so much. Okay, kind of a weird one. To give up 2 treasures to ramp 1. That's pretty bad. That is not good at all. And now they go for mutate. If they have a counterspell, they win. Gonna suck. Gonna suck. Well, they only have 1 open mana. It worked. Bird incoming. Semester's End won't do. So you gotta be careful here. If we reset the Aluna, they can go for it again on the bird, but we can exile the bird. Okay. Exile the birdo, so it's not there. Through the limo. Swing, swing. Exile the Aluna. See if they put it in command. It'll be very expensive to remutate. You put it in that limo, it's never coming out. I wish. Okay, there we go. Down to 7. You're telling me there's a chance. Now, how does this card work? Specialize 5 into when it specializes target creature exile with this ability loses and becomes 1/1. Specializes into a 4/4. Can threaten lethal. Let's get card. Warhound. Well, that'll ramp. On passing turn. Yeah, we'll put lethal on the stack. Evangel can be good if we get enough mana because it can force through, like I can tap their lands or something and force them to make a certain kind of play. But you don't want to rush into it. Well, I'm trying to kill you. Do I exile a card here? I'm going to exile the Warhound. Might get some value off it. When it should kill the limo in response if they can. It seems like they can. This would be a nasty spot for a Prismari command. Sublime Epiphany, yeah. Yeah, okay. It sucks. It really sucks. And they have a growth spiral, sure. But they have no land. All spell hand. It might be really congested for them though. It might be really congested for them to try to make a token and mutate this if they don't have land. Oseju. Hard evidence. Yeah. Yeah. What else you got? Rivers rebuke me. Gross. Have anything with flash? Not really. I guess I need the land. It's like a time walk effect. If I play this and I get rid of that token, they have a harder job next turn, but they might have a negate. It sure feels like they have a negate. But if they do, I lose anyway because of Fateful Absence will get negated. So yeah, I have to play this limo. If I'm going to play the limo, I'm not going to play the Warhound because I need to hold up mana. Actually, I don't have to. I can play this. Okay. Okay. All right. What you got? Crab down? Crab down. Good. All right. Play this. Get our lethal threats back in line. Continue to ramp up. End our mana issues. Hold a suspicious 2 mana open, but maybe it's just for this clue. It's just for this clue, trust me. You should go for it, because all I want to do is crack this clue. They can also just cast Omniscience here with an untapped land. Our house has been burned. For life! Why won't you die? Make a token so I can play this limo. Do it. Do it. Oh god, Mizzix Mastery. Oh god. Don't do it. No Mizzix Mastery. It's got Time Warp down there. Oh god. We're just so dead. Just pick something else. Pick a negate. You're afraid. You are afraid. Mono white is just gonna somehow hasty kill you right here. Whoa. Okay. They have no target for that yet, but I guess they know I'll play something. Okay, there's it's the swords. Very good. No land though. All right, let's make a few critters. Resolves. Play a number of these. Yeah. Make the opponent deal with this for a turn. Two answers to an Aluna. All right. See if the opponent can deal. go for the Callous Dismissal. We resolve that. They get the Amass token. Now we have a reload, though, because this is back in our hand. Even if they... Oh, they went for it. They're all in. We done? Nice. This taps you down. Wow, I can't believe we won that. I think the opponent just, I don't know, they didn't hit enough of the lands. It does take a ton of lands. Their first Illuna attempt got thwarted. They didn't have a counter spell to stop us from interacting with it. I mean, in that matchup, what they want to do is just draw and draw and draw and ramp and ramp and ramp, do absolutely nothing until they have like more counter spells and a cheap way to make a token. And I guess the opponent just couldn't put it together, and our little Thraben Inspector Charming Prince beatdown did enough. Well, well, well. Somebody likes attacking and making treasures. Please let me go first. Thank you. So this card is 3/3 haste 4 mana Jund. Whenever it attacks, tap treasure. All right, gold span at home. Let's rumble. Gold span in command zone. Maybe at home is too vicious. Command tower, we draw a little ramp. Cool. Thopter go brrr. Dreadhorde Butcher, haha. Haste it. You don't scare me. All right, what do we do? What do we play? We definitely want to focus on some kind of a board presence. Is taking the Butcher off the battlefield, though, really important? I guess we can release it with the Charming Prince next turn, but this is such a lightning rod. They'll probably just kill it. All right, let's get this down. We also have this impending Day of Judgment that maybe I'm supposed to play into rather than play out my creatures. So I'm just going to pass. I think that's the idea here. A lightning bolt. Okay. Don't need to make you a creature. Ornithopter goes down. Butcher gets a counter. Any other creatures? No. I have a Semester's End. That's interesting. Let's see, do they have an instant? Not right now. Oh, they did have something there. So I'm thinking like if I play this, they might just blow it up. But it does have that specialized option, and we could discard the Day of Judgment. They do have a 3/3 coming back that I want to intercept with a commando. Maybe we just play this. Get our scry on. And then commando intercepts commander. Yeah, I guess drawing land is pretty good, but is it good enough? We do love the farmhand. What do we do next turn? Play this. Let's just draw the farmhand. A pretty good little blinkable card. Opponent did not remove the prince. Who would remove this prince? So charming. Yo, check out all these people charmed by me. Commander's not coming out to play. But Charming Prince can't block. Okay. Well, now it feels like I'm supposed to play this and exile the Butcher to reset the counters, because otherwise blocking with this I just 2-for-1 myself. Alright. Hit him with the monk. Got him. Smork for 2. The threat of a Specialize is on the battlefield. Oh god. Not a Specialize. What happens? It becomes a 4/4, and this thing becomes a perpetual 1/1. The lash is coming. No blocks. Search for glory. I think I'm better off either using Semester's End or going for the specializing. Doesn't gain lifelink or anything. It just becomes a pretty good blocker. I'm going to feel really bad, though. I'm going to feel really bad if anything happens to this. But maybe we just pass. I could attack. Like so. Then what? I block here, exile, etc. I suppose that's fine. It's a little more aggressive than I intended to be. But I think you'll see what I've got in mind. If I get to do everything the way I want to. Goseiju my barons, sure. Any use for that mana? I don't think so. The opponent might have some big creature, but hopefully it's a creature, not a spell. I guess we still have Cathar Commando to cover up some weaknesses. Oh, that's a creature. Vorinclex is here. Here come the monsters. They're saying to themselves, is he going to block now? Is he going to cast Semester's End now? No, not now. Not yet. Now. Untap, draw, ba-boom. Because we did it on the opponent's end step, they're not going to come back until our end step. And the opponent doesn't want anything to do with that. All right, Prosper. So I was like actually really enjoying our time outside the Hell Queue, because this deck has not, I think, played against the nastiest Brawl meta that I'm used to. But Prosper certainly exists in that world. We have turn 2 ramp, which is really good, but we have nothing that deals with this Prosper. And the Giant Killer? I mean, what's that gonna do? Probably nothing. Mana Tithe. Let's go. Loyal Warhound on the play, kind of sad, but we'll keep it. We also have a card advantage source in the Immortal Sun. Black doesn't have ways to deal with artifacts, but red does, so this isn't what I would call a safe play. Terrarian. Hopefully that didn't just give Mana Tithe away. Can I just play this out and attack? It's not going to do anything from this position, very likely. And then I really want the Loyal Warhound trigger, so I might intentionally skip my next land drop. Okay, our opponent likes tinkering. Maybe they're a Paradox Engine Prosper deck. Angel of Sanctions, exile target non-land permanent. Cool. Can hit an artifact. Got him. Blue Mage in my heart and soul. Woof. Get that loyal doggo value. And see, we're still ahead of land here. Zorny. Okay. Vanishing Slash, huh? An exile an artifact. Maybe we go after the Signet. Don't think the opponent blocks here, but let's find out. Could also play Angel of Sanctions here. But I want to try to draw out the opponent's removal on other things. Attack the mana base. Alright. And now we go after the Zorn. Yep, they're starting to pitch. They need more cards, and they know it. A sweeper here would be really bad. I guess we could follow up with Angel. Man, they don't believe in their ability to top deck, or they hate alchemy a lot. Oh, it's a showdown. Amazonian. We're playing Magic? She's probably stunned to see me playing AVACYN Angel of Hope. Check out her Brawl Stars series on YouTube. It's good stuff. And of course, she is a very successful Twitch streamer. Probably streaming right now. She usually... So this is an Amazonian thing. She usually spams hello until the person responds. Do I have emotes off? I do not. All right. Nice. All right, let's give the business here with the fairgrounds warden. Of course the music would mess up for a moment like this. Amy, also, no, I use this emote because Elspeth in the new Capenna art looks a lot like her, and she knows it. Wildborn Preserver. We're gonna block? We're gonna block. Snakeskin Veil. Few ways to do this. But let's drop the Protector. Now you get your lovely Leafkin back. So we'll see what she does with that. She needs card draw to make the Monvuli Recluse Jorale good. But green has more of that than you'd expect these days. What I'm concerned about is, will I keep drawing land? Prosperous Innkeeper. Wildborn Preserver might get ripped. Nope. Treasure goes kaboom. There's Monvuli Recluse. Now this taps for 2 green instead of 1 because there are 4 creatures. But no attacks. So I could try to mess up this board state. But there's a good chance that she has another sort of protection spell since she didn't use the mana to grow the Preserver. So I don't know if that's very good. I think I just have to try to hit land. And I mean, it's potentially a land someday in the future, but not today. We're cycling a Wilt. Okay. Sucks to not hit that land and have that Mana Tithe available. Mana Tithe. Oh, that Mana Tithe. Yeah, that's probably game. I don't know how I come back from this. I'm just behind too many creatures. I've got some flyers. Can I remove this? I remove it if I release the Warden. But then this can't attack. She still has 3 lands, so my Warhound doesn't do the job. Alright, so Flicker of Fate, get rid of this. Attack the Vivian, I guess. This has reach. This has reach. Let's see if there's a double block. Maybe I can kill the Wildborn Preserver. What you got? Double block. Oh no, Secret Reach. I'm ready. I've got something for that. Little Flicker. Now our Warhound isn't very good unless she plays a Cultivate. But this time Mana Tithe is going to get her. She only has 4 mana available. I guess it goes up to 5. Oh, she didn't make the creature first. A little Mana Tithe action. Could have played around it. Oh no, the land as well. Oh man. Oh, do I love games like this. Okay. Emotes are great when you know the person you're emoting. I will go on record for that forever and ever. I do need a way to get rid of this. So I needed like that flicker to flicker this and release the Warden, but it's not working out. So what can we exile? We can exile the Leafkin Druid because she's having mana issues. I guess so. There might be a land on top though, because she didn't play a creature from the top. Let's get the Tome down. Nothing really relevant to disenchant, and hopefully that can help us keep hitting lands or find more flicker effects, ways to clear out these reach creatures. Because this Vivian is going to be a real problem. Stomper, that gets a land. All right, Scry. Ranger Captain of Eos. What's that do? Esper Sentinel, Soul Warden, Not right now. We need blinky effects. Swords to Plowshares. Well, we could swords another beast and force the opponent to keep chumping. Let's do that. Please no Snakeskin Veil here. We can attack with the Overseer here because there's only one reach blocker, and to save Vivian, it has to go under the bus. So there you go. We still have a Disenchant. Let's draw now. Maybe it'll be something we can play or use. I'm holding on to this Warhound. And this Disenchant, who knows, might be useful. Llanowar Visionary doesn't have reach, but does draw a card. Make it a land. Also makes a cat. Yep, there's the land. Now our Warhound does work. Reacher. Another Reacher. 36 life because of this Prosperous Innkeeper and Tireless Provisioner. All right, this board is getting scary. This Stomper is almost active. Miria's Call. All right, so we definitely try to take out Vivian here. And it looks like we're going to succeed. The opponent does get to eat our Inspiring Overseer, which is a bummer. Now what? Puppers? Puppers. Looks like the sound is completely run out on the game, but this is a good one. So let's hit some music. Let's hit some hype music. Do we draw? I think we draw. And of course the sound comes back when I turn on music. Enchantments? None? So I can play this. I can pay 3 life, then play this, gain 2. I guess. Doesn't seem particularly great, but makes the Lumbering Battlement better. Tracker. Okay, does she have the land drop? She has 2 ways to pay off landfall. She has it and an attacker. That's a perfect draw. That's probably game unless we can draw a board wipe, guys. It's just getting overwhelming. Need to keep our board state for the Lumbering Battlement. Land off the top can play Archangel AVACYN, and then we have an indestructible force. I guess that's pretty good. Bring her out. Come at me. I mean, what? Ooze? What? Ooze? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I mean, she is popping off. We have to find a board wipe before the value just gets her to draw her deck and go too wide. We have 41 damage to deal. This card does have a game-ending ability, but it requires a lot of cards in hand, but the tracker is going to make that happen. And of course the ooze is going to go very wide, and those are going to get very strong very quickly. Do I need to scry here? I don't think I have time to worry about value too much. I need a board wipe. A board wipe and we can still win this. Rip it. Long road home. That can blink the battlement. That's big value. Let's get him. Indestructible, so indestructible and vigilant, who cares? So what do we have to take out? I think we have to be taking out tokens a good amount of the time. All right, lumber. XLU, 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 XLU. We get a Fairgrounds Warden. We can just try to keep cleaning up these tokens. But she's just going to make so much. She's just going to make more. So be it, I guess. I mean, we could take the ooze itself. But then flinkering this doesn't get good anymore. I guess we have to take the ooze itself, huh? It's going to be too powerful. All right, this is the next end step, so we won't get the battlement back right away. Field of Ruin. Oh god, that's more landfall. That's a great draw. Come on, tap that field. Come on. Come at me? You want some of this? She does. She wants some of this. But she's holding back some of her better creatures. Alright, long road home. We're gonna have blockers that you didn't expect. Get rid of that tracker, that card advantage source. Let's gain 2 life, shall we? Do I get a plains? I do. She has so many lands now. Remember when we were both stuck on 3? Alright, exile any number of non-angel creatures. So if we do this to the Skyclave, I don't think they get the 2/2 later. And then when this comes back, we release the Skyclave again. Don't want to release the ooze. Alright, so just submit the 1. So right now, there's nothing exiled yet, so they get nothing. And then this ability resolves and the tracker's gone for good and they don't get an illusion. Alright, 8/8. Go after the 4/4. 3/4. Go after the ooze. 3/1. Go after the ooze. Because there's still a chance they'll get that back someday. You 2. We could kill a cat, but let's take out this innkeeper. We need to make some progress here. And let's block a 3/3 instead of a 2/2. Because we're indestructible. Jorale gives them all a little boost. Maybe that means some of the things that might have died won't die, but it means she doesn't do anything else with her mana this turn. I'll Shepherd at the beginning of your end step. If you control 8 or more, draw a card. That's busted. Alright, Lumbering Battlement's back. Release the Skyclave Apparition. What else? We don't for sure have a way to blink this now, which is dangerous. So I guess I'm going to put away the Dawnbringer, but keep everything else. Alright, what do we take out? This thing is going to draw a card if you have 8 or greater. Let's go for it. I don't know if I have enough to keep the Jorale from beating me. Ooh, maybe now I do. Maybe now I do. Vigilant attackers. Take it all. 15 life. We just drew about 15 creatures, no big deal. Craterhoof Behemoth, though. Craterhoof has the last word. If that's what she drew, there's no hope. Look at him go. That's what we kind of needed to hang in there. And now every time we can somehow blink or flicker one of them, we can make more. Scanner, sure. It draws another card. Mono green card draw for days. All right. Do you attack again? You have 3 cards in hand, and it adjusts base power toughness. Ooh, Thorn Mammoth? Have fun fighting my creatures. If you play too many creatures, nothing good's gonna happen. I haven't got indestructible. All right, man. If I can draw a way to flicker this and tap your creatures, maybe I can just attack you. Nope. We can blow up her Field of Ruin, though. Does that matter? What matters? She's going to have to start blocking here. I guess we can always just attack with the Vigilance creatures. And then next turn, possibly the Cave is lethal, but we should use it as a blocker this turn. Does she have the mana to sack this food? I don't see the mana. I'm going to feel really bad if I disenchant it, and then she has something else. I guess the Sky Scanner is a disenchantable card. But if she's blocking with it, I'm very happy. Okay. Down to 1. Are you kidding? Activate Field of Ruin. Take out Field of Ruin. The Provisioner gets to make more food, but now that she doesn't get to blow up the cave. Oh, the cave's indestructible. That was a silly thing to worry about, but oh well. We'll figure it out. 2 foods. Does that get her out of the next turn? No. All right. It comes down to this, I believe. We've got Disenchant for a Sky Scanner, and we've got blockers, but is it enough? She has to be careful not to play too many creatures, or Thorn Mammoth might fight itself to death. I guess it always has the Warden to go after. 3 cards in hand. That's a +1/+1 base to the cats. They're attacking. They're all attacking. Come on. Come on, Amy. Math is for blockers. There are 2 reach creatures here. Oh, here they come. Okay. Power up cave. We gotta block the most powerful things we see. The Thorn Mammoth has trample. That's a definite block here. Actually, no. It's a Lumbering Battlement. There we go. And then what? There's a lot of 3s. Block the reach. They're all going to get a lot larger. Block here. Block here. Block here. Now we can start blocking here. And here. Anything with a +1/+1 counter we would need to block. Okay. And here. And here. And that's blocks. Here's the activation. Here's the disenchant for the Sky Scanner. Is that the bailout we needed? She gobbles a food. The Sky Scanner dies. How close is it? Are we dead? Are we alive? 2 life. That was it. That was the save. All right, bring him home. With a little class and sass. Do check out Amazonian on Twitch and YouTube. Class act for sure. Really cool gal. And we are back for the post-game wraps, and I'll check out the stats powered by MTG Assistant. MTG Assistant, download link in the description. Please check it out. It's free. Actually free. And it's the coveted, rare, hard to find, straight line graph. 6-0. 100% win rate. I always think something's wrong with it when I see a straight line, because that's not how Magic is meant to be played. I mean, win rates are scams. This is a perfect example of it. AVACYN, Angel of Hope, as a powerful finishing commander, very strong, and can absolutely dominate certain games where it hits the battlefield and the opponents can't deal with indestructible cards. But It's an 8-mana commander in a color that doesn't ramp very well, so you have to really stall and get there, and it takes a lot of value to get there. So building a theme around it, like some people try to play control with all board wipes, but with no counter spells, board wipes aren't that good these days. This is probably a cool way to do it. Like, having the blink synergy really helps you drag the game along, and I do like it. It's closer to my play pattern, but I think most of the win rate, if we're being honest, comes from the fact that this deck is well outside of Hell Q. I think the spikiest commander that we ran into was Prosper. Luna. I'm really surprised we won the match with a Luna, as that's a very spiky commander. So I think we got lucky. Also, our Prosper opponent was of questionable durability, scooped pretty aggressively. So, you know, stuff happens. It is the Brawl queue after all. But I hope if you like the sort of blinky approach, or if you just love Archangel AVACYN, that you give this list a try. It's a pretty fun version, and I'd love to hear your made-up win rates in the comments, particularly all of you commenting that you went 0 for 19. Yep, love to see those in the comments. Appreciate it a lot. Remember to check out AVACYN. Her deck was very cool, and I went to her chat after the game finished, and she credited the list to a viewer in her comments, Dystaxia. That's how you know she's a really awesome streamer human, because she actually says when a viewer sends her a list and she plays it, and then she wants them to get credit on YouTube. I would never do that for a second. I don't even want your deck lists, and you keep sending them, don't you? So anyway, check out Amy the Amazonian both on YouTube and Twitch, and especially her Brawl Stars series. She plays a lot of historic Brawl, so if you like this video, you'll probably like her videos. Thank you for watching this video. As always, I will see you in the next video. You're cool.